Okay, so on the which atom is which, who thinks they know the number of protons for A? Lori?
6.
How do you know? Or how did you come up with that?
Because I looked in the nucleus and I also looked at the key. And the protons, they're not colored in.
Okay.
I counted them and there were 6.
Okay, so you looked at the not colored in circles in the nucleus because the key up in the top right corner said the protons were just the regular old circles, and there are 6 of them. Okay, how many electrons are there, Caden?
6.
How do you know? Where are the electrons?
They're on the outer shell and they're on the rings.
Good job. On the outer shell rings, good job. And if you count them, there are 6 of them. Sadie, number of neutrons?
6.
6. How'd you come up with that number?
I looked in the middle and there's black circles, so I counted them.
Yeah, the filled in circles in the nucleus was also 6. Now, the atomic number. The atomic number. What up there helps us find our atomic number? Parker?
The number of protons.
Number of protons. So here's what I want you to do. From this, I want you to draw an arrow from the number of protons to the atomic number, because our atomic number comes from the number of protons in an atom. Yes, the window's open, guys. Hopefully you can handle that. Brady?
Like the atomic mass,
Okay, how do I find my atomic mass?
adding your neutrons and protons.
Okay, how many protons did I have?
6.
How many neutrons did I have?
6.
So what is my atomic mass?
12.
12, good job. How do I find what element this is, Harper?
You go by your atomic mass number, then you go to your periodic table and look for that number.
I agree with part of your answer. Maya, where'd she mess up?
You said the atomic mass.
Yeah, she said the atomic mass, and it's the atomic number. So then draw an arrow from atomic number down to element. Remember, they are in order by their atomic number. So then on your periodic table, what is element number 6? Sophie?
Carbon.
Carbon. Yes, it is carbon. Then we should be able to check the atomic mass on the periodic table. What does the atomic mass say? Reese? On the periodic table, look at number 6, carbon, and what does the atomic mass show?
12.01.
12.01. We said the atomic mass is 12. Are we good? Yes. For B, Brady, how many protons does it have, and how did you know?
10.
Okay, it has
I counted all the white spots.
okay, the non-filled in circles. Yep. Sophia, how many electrons does B have?
5.
For B, you might be looking at.
I'm at 10.
Okay, how do we find electrons, Sophia?
It's the same thing as protons.
Okay,
Number of protons.
you're right. How can I find it on a picture, though, just in case? It only asks for one.
You just count the protons on the ring.
The electrons are on the rings. Yep, we just count the ones on the rings. Number of neutrons, Jude?
10.
10. My atomic number, Lori?
The atomic number is 10.
It's also 10. Again, I want you to draw an arrow from the number of protons to the atomic number, because that's how we find our atomic numbers, by the number of protons. So it is also 10. My atomic mass, Abby, what's my simple math problem?
10 plus
10 plus 10, what's my simple math problem's answer?
20.
20. Now, what number do I have to find on the periodic table to find my element? Bryson? Because I have two numbers up here. I have about a 50-50 guess. Do I go to element 10 or element 20?
10.
Element 10, how do I know which one to go to? Because what are they in order by? Haley?
The atomic number.
The atomic number. So again, draw these arrows so you know how our thought process. What is element 10, Dane? Do you not have it written?
Oh.
Neon. Okay, and your C is up here. My C got pushed down, so I'm going to fill it in down here. Bryce, how many protons did C have?
5.
5, so I'm going to put 5. Shh. For some reason, I'm frozen. There we go. 5. Finley, how many electrons? 5. Max, how many neutrons? 6. Atomic number, Brady, comes from what? The number of protons. Okay, so what is my atomic number? 5. Dominic, how do I find my atomic mass? 5 plus 6 is what? 11. How do I find which element I'm working with, Sadie?
You go in the periodic table, and then you go to 11 and
Do I go to 11?
no, not 11. 5.
5, because the atomic number is the one that tells me where to go on the periodic table. And what is that one called? Boron. Yes, boron. Okay. So once you get the hang of these, they're really not too terrible. It's just there's a lot of vocabulary involved in atoms, in molecules, in elements. Okay, they're all related, but there's lots of vocabulary. Okay, what we are going to do next is I want you to find the piece of paper that says atomic models at the top. It says atomic models. I'm going to, I think I already have it pulled up. Oh, nope, not there. It's one of the new ones. It says atomic models at the top. You'll see it in just a second. Give me just a sec. I saw it on my thing. Right here. Oh, please go to page. What page number does it say at the bottom? 42?
Yeah.
Come on, come up to page 42. Ooh, it's going to take me there. Good. Now I just got to figure out how to make it full screen. Maybe that? Nope. Oh, this one. Nope, not that. Well, I can just do it like this. It's not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. Okay, so find the piece of paper that looks like this if you haven't found it already. It says, for this activity, you will draw atomic models. So last night it gave us atomic models, and we had to pull information from that atomic model. Today, it's going to give us information, and we're going to draw the atomic models. Okay, same idea. For this activity, you will draw atomic models of these 3 atoms: fluorine, neon, and sodium. Make them look like the model on page 8. You don't have a page 8, but you have models on the paper that we just worked on. You also have a piece of paper that says Adam's vocabulary. Find the piece of paper that you have that says Adam's vocabulary. And it says Adam's vocabulary at the top. It talks about protons, electrons, neutrons. It kind of has a table at the top and it has an atomic model at the bottom. Okay, so have the atomic or atom vocabulary paper laying right next to the atomic model paper. Okay, is anybody missing this Adam's vocabulary page? Everybody have it? Okay, so we're going to draw something that looks similar to the picture at the bottom of these Adam's notes, or similar to our notes from yesterday, or similar to the which atom is which. Okay? There's different ways to draw it. Put 2 electrons in the first ring and no more than 8 in the second ring. Make the third ring if you need it. You do not have to draw each neutron in the nucleus. Just use the numbers and write N for neutrons and P for protons. For example, the nucleus of fluorine would look like this. Okay, so they're telling us we don't have to draw all the little circles in the middle and shade in some and leave some unshaded. We can just be very generic and put that there's 10 neutrons and 9 protons. Okay, so let's go down to the box. We're going to have to fit 3 of these in here. So try and divide it into 3 pieces, 3 equal chunks. I'll do my best. Try and divide it into 3 equal chunks. Okay, and the first one it's telling me to do is fluorine. So let's write fluorine up here at the top. Oops, I spelled that wrong. And I'm going to put the symbol, the element symbol, which is just F. We start with the nucleus. So just draw a circle in the middle, starting with the nucleus. What 2 things are in a nucleus? Finley?
Protons and neutrons.
Protons and neutrons. Okay? This one, they already drew the nucleus for us. Okay? Right above. They told us that this one has 10 neutrons and 9 protons. The next one, it doesn't give us, well, it gives us some of it. Where can I find that information? Because they really don't have to tell us anything. They could say, draw a fluorine atom, and we should be able to do it. Parker, where can I get that information? Okay, on the periodic table. Go through and see if you can find fluorine. If I know this information, if I know it has 10 neutrons and 9 protons, where can I find it? Finley? Which of those numbers can tell me where I can find it on a periodic table? The 9, why? Because the number of protons is the same as the electrons. I agree with that. And what else? The atomic number, Parker. Shh. So, if you know the number of protons, you also know the atomic number, and it makes it really easy to find it on the periodic table. Okay? Now, where do we put our electrons? Because to create an atom, I need the nucleus and I need my electrons. Abby?
On the outer ring.
Yeah, I have to put rings around it. We start with 1 ring. How many electrons can go on the first ring, Harper?
2.
Just 2. And it does, I'm just going to put 1 here, 1 over here. So there's 2. How many do I need? Sadie? And this is where your atoms vocabulary, if you look at it, it might give you some helpful hints. We're looking for electrons. It says they have a negative charge. It's equal to the number of protons and located in the outer shells around the nucleus. So how many do I need? Bryson?
9.
Okay, how do you know?
Because there are 9 protons and that is the same amount of electrons.
Yeah, there are 9 protons, so I need 9 electrons. I have 2 in the first ring, so I have to draw a second ring. How many do I need in that ring? Brady? 7. Go ahead and mix 7 around there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we have an element that has 10 neutrons, 9 protons, and 9 electrons. Let's go ahead and go to the second one. What is the second one we have to do? Neon? Does it give me the abbreviation for neon up there at the top? Yeah. NE? Okay, let's put that. Because when you are looking for these, what is written bigger on the periodic table? The name or the symbol? The symbol, okay? So the NE is easier to find than looking at all the little tiny words. When I'm looking for neon, what number is going to help me get started? What number is going to help me get started? The number of protons. How can I easily find my number of protons if I know where it's at on the periodic table? The atomic number. So let's go ahead and draw our nucleus. What is neon's atomic number, Lori? 10. Did everybody agree with her?
Yes.
Okay, I don't have a periodic table in front of me, so I'm going by what Lori says. Anybody double check her?
I did.
Neon is 10, okay? So that means there are 10 protons. Now, it does tell us right here in the writing that neon has 10 neutrons. I'm going to pretend it doesn't tell me that. How can I figure out the number of neutrons if it does not tell me? Jude?
You look at the atomic mass to see, since you already have 10 protons, you look at it to see how many more they add.
Okay, what is the atomic mass, Jude?
20.
So down here at the bottom, let's write 20 minus, what is the atomic mass made up of? What did we add together to get the atomic mass?
Protons and neutrons.
Protons and neutrons. Okay, so if I know there are 10 protons, I can do a simple subtraction problem. What's 20 minus 10? 10. So that tells me, I've proved now, and again, it told me that up here, but on our next activity, it won't tell us that. So I'm just trying to get you to know where these numbers are coming from. So that means there's also 10 neutrons. How many electrons, Dominic? How do you know? How do you know? Who can answer that? How do we know there's 10 electrons, Dom?
Because there's the same amount of electrons as protons.
Yes, protons is the same as electrons. So we draw one ring. How many electrons do I put on my first ring? 2. Just 2? 1, 2. So then I got to draw a second ring. How many do I need on that second ring, Lori?
8.
8, because I need 10 total. And go through and put 8 on there. Okay, I want you to use pencil. Some of you have a pen. I want you to use a pencil, and I want you to take a second, and I want you to try and draw out the sodium. Abbreviation Na. I want you to take a second and draw out the sodium. Remember, you have to think about protons, neutrons, and electrons. While you're doing that, I'm going to get the next thing pulled up. So you're trying to draw the sodium model. Remember, if you can't find it in the little words, look for the abbreviation or the symbol, the Na. It's a lot bigger. Parker, do you have a question?
Yeah, what does the light green word, like, what do some of these words mean, like, on the periodic table? Like, maybe where do they get, like, names from? Like, the names for, like, the type of, atom.
Some of them are whoever discovered them. I don't know where they got all of them. Okay, so who can help me draw the sodium atom? I erased the other ones. Who can help me? I'm just going to put it in the middle, but your guys should probably be right here. We're doing the sodium. I'm going to start with the nucleus. Brant, how many protons does sodium have?
11.
Okay, how did you find that?
I looked on my atoms vocabulary, and it said atomic number is proton.
Okay, so when you found it on the periodic table, you saw it had an atomic number of 11. So the protons has to be 11. How many neutrons, Harper?
11.
How do you know?
Because it says it up there in the words.
Okay, it tells us. What if it didn't tell us? Lori?
We subtract the atomic mass.
Okay, what is the atomic mass?
22.
So 22 minus my protons should equal my neutrons. I want you to add that subtraction sentence at the bottom. Now I need my electrons. How many electrons do I need, Max?
11.
Okay, why?
Because it's the same as the
So it's the same as the proton, so I put 2 in my first ring. How many can be in my second ring? 8. So this one needs how many rings? 3. How many will be in my last ring? Just 1. So because 2 plus 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I have one more ring with just 1 floating out there. Okay, so our atomic model's super hard. No, but again, we have to learn a lot of vocabulary before we could get to this point. Brady.
How many electrons can be on the third ring?
I think it's just 8 all the way out. First one's 2. I believe it's 8 all the way out. Nate?
How many electrons can you have on the second ring?
8. 8. Yep, second one can be 8. 8.
They're all 8. How many rings?
I think so. As many as you need. Okay, next thing. Pull up the atoms family. Yes. Atomic mass. Yep, minus protons equals neutrons. Shh. So it's a little play on words here. Shh. It's very, very similar to what we've been doing. It's just they're giving us the information in a different way. Instead of showing us the atomic model, what are they giving us? Yeah, the element from the periodic table. Okay, so we already have this information by itself, right? So we know that that number up at the top is the what? What is this 8 up at the top? Lori?
The atomic number.
Atomic number. The O is called the, what's the O called, Reese?
Like the abbreviation.
The symbol. You guys want to call it the abbreviation, but yep, it's called the symbol. Oxygen is the element name. And the 15.9999, Sadie?
The atomic mass.
Atomic mass. Good job. Over here it says the atomic number equals the number of blank or blank. Atomic number equals the number of, what have we been learning? Harper? Protons. It is the number of protons, but why on here are they putting or? What do we know about the number of protons? Lori?
It's the same as the number of neutrons.
Is it the same as neutrons?
Nope.
Bryson?
Electrons.
It's the same as electrons. So on this piece of paper, they're saying the atomic number gives you protons and electrons. Okay, and really our atomic number comes from the number of protons, but then the number of electrons is the same. Atomic mass equals the number of blank plus blank. What is our addition sentence, Brady?
Protons plus neutrons.
Protons plus neutrons. So we're going to skip the first one because it's the same as the one above it. Okay? We're going to go to zinc. First, we have to find the missing information from our element. What on there tells me exactly where to look on the periodic table? Bryce? The 30. So everybody find 30 on the periodic table. What am I missing, Abby?
The ZN.
I'm missing the symbol, which is Zn. What is my atomic number, Maya? 30. If I know my atomic number, what other two things do I know?
Protons and neutrons.
I agree with half of that. I agree with protons.
And electrons.
Protons and electrons. Where's my atomic mass? And for this one, we're going to round it to the nearest whole number. Okay? So our atomic mass, but we're going to round it to the nearest whole number. There's more math in science. So Brant, what up here tells us our atomic mass?
65.
65.39. So this is one where we look at this 3 and see, is that 5 going to stay a 5 or is it going to go on up to a 6? It's going to stay a 5. So our atomic mass is 65. What's my simple subtraction problem to find my number of neutrons? Lori?
65 minus 30.
Okay, because I know it's protons plus neutrons equals the mass. If I know protons and I know the mass, I can subtract them. That goes back to our little fact families. 65 minus 30 is what? 35. Good job. Let's do another one. Try and find 3. What do we call it, Haley? Lithium. Lithium. What is its atomic number, Jude? 3. It's always at the top. 3. If I know the atomic number, Nate, what other 2 things do I know? Look up at the top. Proton. Look at the top of your paper. Protons and look at the top of this paper. So right above here. Up at the top. Max? Electrons. Nate, up in the top right corner, we wrote atomic number. I just can't scroll back up because my words are gone. Where is my atomic mass? And again, we are rounding to the nearest whole number. Caden, what is the atomic mass that it's telling me?
It's telling you,
Where's my atomic mass on my element?
on the bottom.
Okay, so it's telling me it's 6.941, but your teacher told you to round it to the nearest whole number. Hey guys, there's only one Caden in here. So if that 9, what's it going to do to that 6? Is it going to keep it a 6 or bump it up to a 7?
It's going to bump it up into 7.
Okay, it's going to bump us up to our 7. So our atomic mass is 7. To find my neutrons, what is my subtraction sentence, Bryce?
3 minus 7.
7 minus 3 is what? 4. I want you guys to take a second and try and do the next 2. Take a second and try and do the next 2. I'm going to pause this. Okay, who can help me? What is the symbol that we are missing here? Brant?
SI.
SI? You guys agree? Okay. SI. Atomic number, Dane? Where do we find the atomic number? Look at our key up at the top.
Oh.
14. If we have our atomic number, we also have what and what, Brady?
We have 14 protons and 14 electrons.
Okay, good job. Atomic mass we can find on the element. Brady, what is my atomic mass rounded to the nearest whole number?
28.
28. What is my subtraction sentence, Caden, to find my number of neutrons?
28 minus 14.
Good job. 28 minus 14, which is 14. Okay, for number 5, atomic number 5, Harper, B stands for? Boron. Atomic number is what, Jude?
Atomic 5.
5. Atomic mass rounded to the nearest whole number, Reese? 11. Good job. Number of protons, Maya?
5.
If that's 5, what else has to be 5? Electrons. How do I find my neutrons? Sophia, what's my subtraction sentence to find my neutrons?
11 minus 5.
Good job. 11 minus 5 equals 6. Okay. So tomorrow, like I said, we're going to do an in-class open book quiz. Okay? That means you'll get to use all of these resources. Before we start it, we're going to first organize. We're going to cut up some of these notes and put them in our notebook just so we have them. And we'll kind of get our papers in order together before you guys start doing anything, okay? You do have homework tonight. And it's just going to help you for tomorrow. It's called What Are Compounds? The What Are Compounds worksheet. There is a short article on the front. There's only one question on the front, okay? Then you flip it to the back. There's some matching, not matching, fill in the blank, and some, like it says, circle the words that are elements at the bottom. What could you possibly use to help you with that one? Where do we have all of our elements listed?
Periodic table.
Periodic table, okay? So you may need your periodic table to help you do this. I'm trying to get you, so it's a new quarter, okay? First quarter, we didn't have a ton of science grades due to us not doing science for like the first 3 weeks. So this worksheet will be your first science grade of the second quarter, okay? So I wrote up there What Are Compounds worksheets. Put all of those papers in your science folder on the science side. Okay, it's time for RTI. When you leave here,